So it's been a while since I've made a video like this, guys, going over a bunch of stocks with very high short interest that could be squeezing in the short term. Keyword is could. Nothing's guaranteed. Of course, guys, these are very risky. They could go to zero for all we know. So let's just get into it. We're going to go over 5 stocks in this video with very high short interest. And of course, please, guys, trade and invest at your own risk. Like I said, these could go to zero. So if you're looking to trade these, which I'm not telling you to do, by the way, make sure you do it with a very small amount of money, less than 1%. Honestly, less than 0.5% of your portfolio with an amount of money that you're willing to lose completely, or at least lose a good amount of, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. These are very risky. And with that being said, of course, if y'all find value, hit the like button, subscribe. Don't forget to get up to 17 free stocks from Moomoo. All the details are down below. More on that later. And with that being said, let's get into it. So the first stock you guys can see right here is none other than Bed Bath & Beyond. Ticker symbol BBBY, triple BY, not double BY, which is Best Buy. I always mix those up myself. This is BBBY. And this stock right now, guys, is a penny stock, right? And it's been a penny stock for the past couple of weeks. And in my opinion, well, it's not even my opinion. The general consensus here is a stock that's under $5 is considered a penny stock, right? So keep that in mind. This has been a penny stock for quite some time, and it did have a nice run a couple weeks ago when it went from $2, $2.50 all the way to $7. In fact, even before that, a couple weeks before that, this went from $1.27 all the way up to almost $6 a share. You guys see that massive move that it had, then it pulled back, saw another big move, and now we're down to $1.30. This stock is down about 82% in the past roughly 1 month. And of course, you guys probably know, maybe not, this company is on the verge of bankruptcy. They're pretty much right there and filing. I forget what they were going to file. Chapter 11. I forget exactly what type of bankruptcy they're looking to file, but they're probably going to go bankrupt. And with that being said, there's a lot of course, short sellers that are looking to make money on the downfall of the stock. And with that being said, guys, the short interest right now is 57%. So there's a lot of short selling going on with this stock, which could lead to a potential short squeeze if we get any piece of, news, a positive catalyst, or we don't even need a catalyst. This could go ballistic at any moment in time, which would force short sellers to buy back their shares to cover their short, which then, you guys know how that goes. It's going to cause the stock to explode, like we saw in the past couple of weeks when we got these 2 big short squeezes, right, in the middle of January, and then we had one in the beginning of February. So at this point, guys, this is one that I'm even considering throwing a couple $100 at for fun, right? Because this really could go on a massive run. And now, granted, it could go to $0. It could go to 50 cents, 75 cents, which that'd be a huge loss from here. But it could see another big spike at any moment in time. So for that reason, we're covering it in this video. I'm putting it back on your radar. It has a 57% short interest. We have to watch it as a more speculative play, not even more speculative, a completely speculative play, right? So Bed Bath & Beyond probably going to go bankrupt, but we could see some big moves in the meantime in this particular stock. The next one is another one that we've talked about before on the channel. It is none other than Beyond Meat, which is not a penny stock. This thing's at $18. Who knows? Maybe one day it does become a penny stock. But right now, this chart does not look bad. And again, the stock's at about $18, currently down 1% on the day when I'm filming this video. What we have here on the 4-hour chart, guys, actually, this is the 2-hour chart. Let me pull the 4-hour up. What we have, let me show you guys right here, is clearly an uptrend. Well, hold on there. Don't get too excited. We have higher lows, but at the same time, we have lower highs. We have a wedge going on here, right? You got a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Then we have lower high here, lower high, lower high. And right now we're squeezing ourselves deeper and deeper into the wedge here, which we're going to have to pick direction at some point, right? Does this thing fall under 17, which would be a huge break for the Bears? That'd be bad for the Bulls. Or are we going to get a breakout of $19? Is this thing going to break 19 and then maybe start to make a move back to where it was a couple weeks ago, right about 21, 22 bucks? maybe it even breaks out of that point. So right now, Beyond Meat's short interest is not nearly as much as Bed Bath & Beyond's, which is right around 57%. It is at 37%, which is still fairly high. And this is a company that is, this stock has seen many short squeezes in the past. Well, really not many in the past couple of weeks, but look at this one back here in August. This thing went from about $30 to roughly 38 in a day. Then it went to 45. Then, of course, it ended up collapsing a little bit after that. But I guess you could say recently when they reported earnings, and even before that, we had a couple squeezes. Yeah, we did actually. I missed these. I'm remembering now because I've seen these before. We had Beyond go from 16 to about 21 bucks on this day right here. We had it go from 17.75 to roughly 21 bucks on this day right here. And recently when they reported numbers, which I believe, were they better than expected? I forget exactly, but we saw the stock go from about $17 to roughly $20 in a day. Not too bad. So I'm going to set my alert at about $19 on Beyond Meat right now. Let me do that. Mark is at or above 19 bucks, and we'll see where it ends up going from that point, if it breaks out of the wedge, and if we do actually get a short squeeze from that point, because nothing's guaranteed, guys. Like I said, these stocks, for all we know, could go to zero. So that's Beyond Meat. The next one here is LAZR, which is Luminar Technologies. This stock it's been doing very well. If you guys look at the chart here, this thing's at almost $10. It's up 1.8% on the day, and mind you, today overall we have a red day going on. All the indexes are down when I'm filming this video, and I'll make a more in-depth video on the indexes later on today. So make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't done so already, and turn on that notification bell while you're at it. Look, LAZR is clearly uptrending, and now we're seeing a little bit of a mini pullback within the overall uptrend. This thing went from 1060 a couple days ago. Actually, that was 2 days ago. Now it's at, like I said, 930, so it's pulled back a little bit. We have a high short interest of 31%, and we've seen multiple little squeezes in this stock over the past couple of weeks. Really just two prominent ones that I'm noticing here. One right here on the 22nd of February, 23rd, whatever. It went from about 580 to roughly 780 in a day, and then a couple days ago, I think last week, it went from $9 to roughly 1050 in a day. So let's see what it does here off of 930 to 950. That's actually a big level of support coming up. If we do clear above that point, we could be going back to the 10s, mid $10 range, maybe even back to 11, which is where the stock was back in the middle of August. So LAZR looks pretty solid right now. The chart looks good. Again, very high short interest at 31%. And before we dive into the next stock, if you guys haven't gotten up to 17 free stocks for Moomoo yet, use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. You guys see the link right here, and all the details are right on the page right here. This is a limited time offer. Once you open up an account, you get 1 free stock. If you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more free stocks plus 2 free shares of either AI or BBAI, which that promo right there, again, is limited time. And if you deposit at least $1,000, guys, you get another 10 stocks on top of the 7 stocks you already got for depositing at least $100. So yeah, if you guys want some free stocks and you want to help out the channel, use that link down below, or again, go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. All the details are right on that page. I appreciate you guys as always, and with that being said, let's continue on to the 4th stock, which you guys might have not known, and the 5th one you might have not known either as well. These have very high short interest, maybe not as high as the ones we talked about before, but still pretty high. JWN, which is called Nordstrom. You guys have heard of Nordstrom, right? They have a pretty high short interest, roughly 22% right now, and you can see, my goodness, look at this squeeze that they had back in the beginning of February. This stock went from roughly $20 to $30 in literally 1 day. That was actually after the bell, I believe, when they reported numbers, right? Actually, no, that wasn't even from earnings, guys. So that goes to show this thing ripped out of nowhere, and there might have been a catalyst, but I forget. This thing went up 42% on that day, and since that point, it's come down from roughly $30. Now it's at $20, and it is down a little bit on the day right now, down about 1.8%, but overall, guys, look, it is still holding this trend right here. We are slightly under the moving averages, which isn't the best sign, but if we do recover, let's say past $20, $21, which is where my alert's at, right at 21, who knows? This could be gearing up for another big move, maybe back to that, mid 20, maybe even to that $30 level that we were just at a couple of weeks ago. So JWN looks pretty decent. It's not showing any signs of a breakout quite yet, but then again, it's not breaking down either. You know, we're kind of in limbo right now. We're trying to pick direction. And again, my alert's at 21. Let's see if we do end up breaking out of that point. So that's JWN. And the last stock for the video, guys, is none other than WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, which younger Stas loved WWE. I loved WWE, guys. I grew up in the era of, you know, this was early 2000s. I was a big WWE guy, man. I loved, you know, Kurt Angle, The Rock, John Cena, Batista, The Undertaker. I mean, you name it. I was obsessed with that stuff. And when I found out it was fake, man, that was in like, when was that? Like 5th, 6th grade. I was devastated. I was like, damn, this is fake. No way. And then I told my buddy in my class, I'm like, dude, the WWE's fake. And he started crying. I remember he started crying. The teacher had to come and like talk him down or whatever. I was like, holy crap, I shouldn't have even told him it was fake, because he thought it was real the whole time. And well, I did too. And then I spoiled it to him, and he got really upset. But anyway, WWE is a stock that has very high short interest like JWN. And the chart looks pretty good. If you guys take a look here, let me actually get the channel tool out. You'll be able to see, look at this. We're actually still holding an uptrending channel. You know, we're in this channel pretty obviously, right? And at this point, the stock is down. It's at about 80 bucks. It's down from almost $100 a couple weeks ago. That was back in the beginning of January. So about 2 months ago, we hit $100 almost. So it's down about 17%. The short interest is right around 21% as of now. So the smallest short interest out of all these stocks, but I'd argue the chart looks the best. And this is arguably, quote unquote, the safest out of all these stocks. I mean, it probably is, although none of these stocks are completely safe. Of course, no stock is safe. I mean, if you want a safe place to put your money, you might as well go buy, look at some bonds, or maybe put some money in a high yield savings account. But if you're messing with these stocks, they're the farthest thing from safe. But there are some that are safer than others, which I think WWE is in that category. So again, 21% short interest. We're right at the bottom of this channel right now. Let's see if we get buying pressure anywhere from 75 to 80. Maybe we get another big move from that point, as we saw a couple weeks ago. Look at this, guys. WWE went from $71 to roughly 85 in a day. Then it ran all the way to 97. So this is prone to making big moves, and I'm arguably looking to pick some up. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Out of all of these guys, I'm most interested in WWE and probably Bed Bath & Beyond, which I think is the most risky out of all of them, but it could double, triple up, quadruple up in the short term, because we've seen it do it before, and it's almost at $1. So it could probably go, well, I don't want to say probably, but there's a chance it goes from $1 to $3, and that's how we can make money on Bed Bath & Beyond. There's a chance WWE goes from 75, 80, it rips back to, 90, 95. That's possible. So what do you guys think? Of course, please invest, trade at your own risk. These are all very risky. You can lose a lot of money on all these, so keep that in mind. And if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 17 stocks from Moomoo and up to 12 stocks from Webull, and check out my Patreon while you're at it. All the details are down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.